the stud. And same thing up here, I gotta put another board up here to mount the shower head from stud to stud. But all the drains, and I'm a little concerned about this distance to this stud, this joist, because that's about where the drain is going to be for the shower.
Oh, that makes sense. Shit.
So they'll have to get creative on how they're going to do that.
I guess sometimes people lift up tubs a little bit.
And that's an option too. I mean, you got space, you got elevation. So if we need to lift the tub up and put it on a pedestal, if you will, then that may be what you have to do to be able to get all the drains so that the water flows down correctly. Because underneath the tub is a P-trap, just like you see underneath the sink.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it used to be there.
Yeah,
I've seen them.
Removed.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a P-trap, and that prevents sewer gases from getting in the house.
Yep. I understand how those work. You explained those to me because we were having some bad smells at the warehouse, and you explained to me I just need to fill up the P-trap.
Yeah, when they dry up, then things that aren't used. So this is going to be a challenging room. If you need to lift the tub up, 6 inches, build a 2x6 pedestal for it to sit on, put a piece of plywood on it so you got a good flat surface, and then run all the drains and everything. But the rough end of the drain is going to be critical, and you really can't do that till you have the tub on site so you can take field measurements of where that drain has to be. Because the way the drain goes in on the tub, you have the receptacle of the drain at the surface where the tub is going to be. Then the other part screws in after you install the tub. Because there's no way to get to that once it's all installed. You can't get underneath it. There's not a big enough crawl space to get underneath. So you have to do all that from above. So you got to get really precise on where that drain is going to land. And it's all hard glued. It's not a removable P-trap like you see underneath the sink where you got a couple nuts that you could loosen up and take off. Bathtubs and showers do not have those.
Okay.
But here, where the valve is for the faucet, I need an access panel on the other side, and it'll be inside the closet, hidden. So that if you do need to do maintenance on that valve, you have access to it.
Okay, that sounds really smart to me. And then I like that things are just going to be really easily accessible. And I like that we'd have the pipes on the inside, so that way it's not facing an exterior wall where they could freeze earlier. The guy that I'm doing the plumbing, his name is Darren, he told me that it'd be best to not have the pipes on the outside wall also, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of doing that kind of, and I don't like the way this kind of piping looks. But that's called CPVC, and it can handle the hot water temperatures.
Okay, yeah, you're referring to this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So CPVC is fine; it can handle the temperatures. Schedule 40 standard PVC cannot handle the water temperatures.
Okay.
Even though it looks more robust, and they can handle the air pressure and water pressures better, up to 400 psi. This is only good for 350 psi, but it's also good to 300 degrees Fahrenheit temperature.
That's, yeah, way more than we ever need.
And the Schedule 40 stuff cannot handle those kind of temperatures. There's a union used for the
Might need that.
There's even a key. Save a couple dollars?
Yeah.
For a couple cents in here. So, a lot of work has to be done, and I think you're right. I would elevate this. I'd probably elevate the whole room.
Okay. Elevate the whole room.
Raise the floor up in the entire room. That way, it's not such a climb to get into the tub.
Oh, okay.
But that's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
The tub, because of that drain, will need to go up. Everything else is going to be fine. Floor needs to get leveled, needs to get pushed back up.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see where cracks developed everywhere once they. And I'm not sure how this one little piece was doing all the work that it was doing.
Yeah. It scared the heck out of Josh. He said like, oh, this is the end. This is what he was thinking. Oh, no, I was just wondering like how it works, because I didn't know if like, I know I don't know how to use them, so I don't know if Josh knows how to use them, or if they're a common tool or what.
Give me that gray pipe right there. So you reach in here, and it's already tight. Start jacking away.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
And this allows you to, before get those fully seated, you put it right there, and you got a board, preferably a wide board with lots of screws in it, because it's going to be a lot of strain.
Yeah.
You bring this up as close as you can to touch that board.
Okay, then you start jacking.
So that's as high as this will unscrew. And then you start jacking.
Probably need some really long nails too, so we have like more grip on the joist.
Yeah, I'd use a minimum of 3-inch, 4-inch long screws, big screws, and you know, some good lumber to be able to lift this load up.
Okay. I wonder how he'll know when to stop jacking it.
I want him to put a level from that surface to this surface.
Can you do that again with your hands so I can capture it?
I want him to put a level from this surface to that surface as he's jacking up. And I want him to jack up until it's actually rocking, because it's going to settle down once you put your blocks and shims back down.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Okay.
you want that level to be rocking on this surface. Wow. So this piece of wood here was screwed in what we call toenail into this edge of this board. And it only caught that little piece of wood right there. So when you go to put this piece of wood back in, you're going to have to take a piece of 2x4 or 2x6 or whatever and sister it like I did here to here. So you've got a good surface to put those screws in. So this board is doing the same. I've got this little bitty piece of wood, and that one screw is doing all the work. Insanity. So a 2x6 or 2x8 needs to be sistered on this board here, all the way over there, so you can take this piece of wood off here and have a good mounting surface for your floor decking. Somebody really took some serious shortcuts. Get rid of that. That's pointless.
Yeah, if you can just take it off with your hand.
It actually, it's doing zero good. Piece of flooring there.
So, like, I have a feeling that this termite food is down underneath the entire floor. Should, like, we unscrew it every single board here and, like, take up that up? Or is that necessary?
Well, it's actually, oh, look, son of a bitch. This board here stops right there.
Oh, well, okay.
I would pull this one up too.
Okay, pull that board up too.
You see, they got some tongue and groove here, and they did shove a piece of wood into the tongue and groove. But you have nothing to nail to. And so they scabbed on 2 pieces of 1x to nail to, or screw to. Not cool. Not cool at all. So they came in and they put this new wood flooring down, because apparently a lot of it was looking like that over there. And did the crappiest job ever doing it. The floor joists are crooked, so rather than doing it right, they absolutely took severe shortcuts. I'm not telling you, I don't want you to pull all this stuff up, because that's insane.
Yeah, it would really suck.
But there's so many bits and pieces creating that floor in that bathroom. you'll add a tremendous amount of strength and integrity to it if you just pull it all out. Use this piece, use that piece right there to make repairs over here.
Okay.
You know, don't throw it away. It's usable material.
And then put down new floor grade.
One solid piece.
One solid piece.
As much as you can to take care of that floor in that bathroom. But get it all jacked up. Get the ceiling. You'll hear the entire house creaking and grumbling when you lift that up.
Okay. Cool. All right, I think we're good. And then the rest will just be cosmetic stuff again.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to take this out, and then we're going to go to Bloomington to the Restore on Friday and put in cabinets, and we're going to get some used range and a used refrigerator off of Facebook Marketplace. So
Look, I mean, Habitat Humanity has those too. So
Yeah.
take a look at what they've got too.